The superstars of Fan Control Football Season 2.0 are not only the who's who of celebrity team owners and influencers, not the 21 million live views of our Emmy-nominated broadcast. Across Twitch, DAZN, Fubo, NBCLX, Peacock. Or our highlights that scored over 100 million views. And we can't forget best-in-class sponsors. But the biggest star of Season 2 is our play calling app that allow fans to control the action on the field. Fans pick a team, pick a play, 4 run plays, 4 pass plays to choose from. The play with the most votes is called in real time.
We got it.
This is where video games and live action come to life. And now, Fan Control Sports and Entertainment brings you Fan Controlled Hoops, where fans call the shots. Coming 2023, the future of sports is here, and it's Fan Control. Power to the fans.
Are you ready for it?
Back to work. Yeah, Leighton. Yeah, this is what I do now. Because we're back to work. What's up, everybody? It's Monday. Josh Macuga, Leighton Batiste, Fan Controlled Lay. I'm pumped to be here, man. I'm loving this Monday action. This was a huge weekend of sports. There's a ton to talk about. Leighton, how are you? Yeah, let's. How do you feel? You're a giant LSU fan.
I'm excited. Anytime we win a championship, I'm excited. I think baseball is next, so keep y'all's eyes up. Oh, baseball team is ridiculous.
Yeah,
they're gross. So I think we're next. And I have a bold prediction. I think the football team is going to make the playoffs this year. But I'm excited. I'm making all the predictions. Gymnastics is going to win. They just made it to the semifinals.
There's the girl that crushes the NIL deals on gymnastics. She's driving around in a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
Good God.
And I'm trying to get a scratch fixed in my Honda Civic. Look at us.
Shotgun.
Different worlds.
Welcome to Back to Work. We're here every single Monday, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. This is your Monday show. Everything that happened on the weekend, everything in the week to come. This is my favorite week of sports all year, and it's not even close.
I know why.
The Masters starts Thursday. The guys are all on the course. I got the Golf Channel going right here, Leighton. I am just. It's my favorite week of sports. This is probably the most controversial Masters we've witnessed in forever. We're going to get into that later in the show.
Okay, I was going to ask why, but okay.
Yeah, you'll get there. Once you get into the inner workings of golf, Leighton, it's like watching that Blue Beetle trailer. It's not anything like that Blue Beetle trailer, which we'll also talk about.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, I'm ready for you all. Awesome.
First up, Jim, let's do it. Back to work.
Yes.
Let's talk the biggest sporting event of the weekend.
Yeah. You ready?
WrestleMania. Leighton, your thoughts? Jim, what's next?
Jim, what's next?
Back to work.
There was no way I was watching that this weekend. I'm sorry.
Oh man,
no, not at all. I couldn't do it. Except for the highlight of Snoop Dogg. And here's the problem with the video of Snoop Dogg doing the whole thing, whatever the call is, whatever it's called, is he does it so bad.
Yeah, so bad.
Shows you how fake this is. So yeah, and that's all I have to say on it. Other than that, I don't want to give it any more attention.
No, it's like when you kind of like. Oh, Peanut in the chat. Happy birthday, Peanut. Freddie Airmail, WrestleMania, more like WrestleMania. Okay, we are. Yes. No, we're not talking about WrestleMania, Peanut. We're not going to talk about it.
No,
I did see Pat McAfee jump from the top ropes. I don't know.
Okay.
Cool.
No, but maybe should wrestling pull a boxing? Like just put celebrities out there. Because
I already do. What are you talking about? Pat McAfee, George Kittle.
I don't watch this.
That's all they do at WrestleMania. They're like, oh, look who's in the crowd. He probably won't wrestle. Oh, he's going to wrestle. Get the fuck out of here. Excuse my language. It's the dumbest sport on the planet. All right. Let's talk about what everybody really wants to talk about.
Yeah.
Jim, first up, back to work. We have the CaitLInsanity. Did you coin that term?
Yeah.
It's
I sent it to you.
Yeah, that's you. You invented that. Yes.
CaitLIn, and that was because I had watched the LSU video on HBO Max earlier that day.
Yeah. Okay.
A lot of great sports documentaries. Awesome. Watch Women of Troy. That's a really good one too.
With Cheryl Miller and those and that USC team.
Really good one. And they talk about Kim
Jim,
Mulkey in Louisiana Tech.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
It's Ruthless Cutie. This is the wrong graphic. You got to go to CaitLInsanity. It's the other one. It's the first one.
Yeah. All right.
There we go. All right. I can just see Jim, or I can see Ruthless Cutie in the background, who does all of the graphics for the show, going, Jim, it's the wrong graphic. Jim, it's the wrong graphic. It's the wrong graphic.
And then you get the Slack notification.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm sitting around. I texted you. I made my little daughter watch the last 5 minutes of Friday night's game, Iowa versus South Carolina.
Good.
Now, she's only 2. She has no idea what's going on. But I said to Amanda, I think this is a very seminal, important moment in women's college basketball.
Yes.
Okay. Nobody thought South Carolina was going to lose. One woman has basically taken this entire tournament and put it on her shoulders. Everybody is obsessed with her.
Yeah.
And I thought, this is why I want my daughter to watch this, because I think this is really important. And then Sunday, I wanted a better basketball game. I'm not upset that Iowa lost. I'm psyched for LSU. I just
wanted a better game.
Wanted a better game.
We wanted the game to look like Florida Atlantic, San Diego State.
Yes, exactly.
That's what everybody wanted. Yeah.
Yes.
And I agree with Freddie Aramel. Be mad at the refs. The refs were pretty terrible, actually. There's a lot of things about this. I don't think that CaitLInsanity. Okay, CaitLInsanity is over, but Caitlin Clark isn't over.
No.
She's going to come back for her senior year. We're going to get this again. And my biggest thing is the WNBA ready? Like, they missed the expansion deadline. A couple years ago, they had the issue with not enough roster spots. And, their wear and tear isn't the same in the NBA. So that's how, like, Deanna Taurasi is, in her 40s still playing. Are they ready? Because I think once Caitlin Clark goes to the WNBA, this entire generation, when they get to the league, is going to be different. That's my hope.
Ionescu didn't push the needle anywhere near as much as Caitlin Clark has pushed this needle. And her going to the WNBA, I like, is she the star that they've been hoping for? Can the marketing department of the WNBA finally do something with their star? Finally, like, do anything.
I don't know. That's what I said. I don't know if they're ready, because if all the platforms around women's basketball, they've got it. Highlight her, W Slam, or is it Slam W, whichever. But like they're ready. They're covering this. They're giving all the highlights. But I don't think the WNBA is ready. I mean, this is phenomenal. And if folks wanted to blame Don Staley for coaching, I don't think anybody could adjust. I mean, if anything, Kim Mulkey had more of an adjustment. Like, she could see how that happened. It was like, all right, look, you guard her. This is how we're going to approach it.
Yeah.
But the way that South Carolina and really most of those women's basketball teams are built, they weren't ready for that. They're not. And it wasn't just Caitlin Clark. I mean, you got her number 2 guard was running down the court. I don't think they could prepare for how well Iowa handled the ball.
Yeah.
The passes that they made. Is it Sonoma is the center?
Yeah.
No answer for her. Like,
I just don't think that anybody. Her release is so fast, and she's going to pull up from wherever and make a lot of those points. Unfortunately, on Sunday, she didn't start off as hot as she normally does, and I think when she starts off so hot, the team really rallies behind that, and they were kind of behind the 8 ball right away. It's also, and we're going to get into this in a hot second, but Kim Mulkey's outfit, I think, was a distraction. I honestly, you can say what you want, but as loud as that and bright and shiny under the lights,
she told everybody.
It's a factor.
She told everybody in, I think, the Sweet 16, said, look, this is Louisiana. We're loud, we're colorful, and we like to party. So they should have expected it. And she came out there in a sparkly Tony the Tiger suit.
Sparkly? She looked like a human glitter cannon
with like a little bit of fireworks with it too. Yeah.
She was the Tiger Queen.
Yeah.
She was Carol Baskin's way cooler, talented sister.
Yeah, without the murder. Got you.
Supposed murder.
Supposed murder, right?
Alleged.
Yeah,
all right, before we move on to the men's side, what did you think of this? Because personally, I want that all of the time. I want it all the time.
I'm a huge fan of trash talking. I like when players stand over each other. I like when coaches, for example, Falcons, Saints, we hate each other, but I still respect Sean Payton for doing the choke signal to Matt Ryan during a Thursday night football game, like Thanksgiving night football game. Like, I'm all for it. So I think, and most importantly, Caitlin Clark, I think she came up with a G answer. If I'm gonna translate what she said, she was like, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. When
she did it. Like, that's so real to me. Like, yeah, I mean, she was taunting me, but I wasn't paying attention. We weren't really
blinders on.
Yeah.
And when you are losing a basketball game, because listen, trash talking always comes full circle.
Yeah.
Nobody's undefeated against trash talking. Right?
No one.
Ever.
No one.
Nobody. Mm-hmm. Okay. So for that to come full circle, does it hurt? Does it sting? Yeah. It's not great.
But come on. I mean, like, even though that made a really big deal, I still think the coolest thing that happened this weekend was Caitlin Clark waving off South Carolina's guard.
Awesome.
That was perfect. I was like, this is what we need in women's basketball. I want to see this side. We see it all the time on the men's side.
Yeah.
But I like seeing in women's sports when they just get after each other. So totally. Elite sports.
I went to see my little nephew play. He's 10, maybe 11, 10 or 11. And he's a little stud. He's in like 4th grade. Okay.
Yeah.
And he pulls up from everywhere and makes it. Like, he's good at basketball. And he drained a 3 and he looked over at me. He did the 3 in his vein and he went like this. And I was like, he's 10. This is the influence. And parents like, oh, that we shouldn't teach our kids to be cocky. No, you should. It's a sport. It's entertainment.
Here's the thing. When you think about the amount of work that athletes put in for those 2 to 3 hours of competition, they deserve it.
Sure.
They deserve it. I mean, like, and there's a video that went viral a couple of months ago. We reposted it where the kids AAU team, they're like 7 or 8.
Yeah.
They were doing after every shot. I mean, they were doing this, did the hand on the ground, and folks were like, this is terrible sportsmanship. It's like, no, this is elite. This is what you're elite. So
in Little League, we were like bat tossing. We were like doing the air hump. I mean, dude, I'm telling you, it is so fun because the thing that you don't know in life is how long you're going to be able to play competitive sports.
Oh, exactly.
Your peak of talent might be Little League because guess what? It was for me.
Oh, that's sad.
It's sad, but it is what it is, right? So now the only thing I have is like burying a 20-foot putt to beat my cousin 1-up on the 18th hole. That's all I've got.
And you scream loud when you do it, don't you?
Yes. Oh, of course.
You have to.
I can't get in my wife's face and be like, oh, I just beat you at Monopoly. It just doesn't.
Oh, no. Rachel and I, we're pretty mean at each other with rock, paper, scissors. We're terrible.
Well, that's our great sport here at Fan Controlled Sports and Entertainment. All right, Jim, what's next? Back to work. All right. I'll be honest. The end of that San Diego State game, it made up for a lot of boredom from this season's tournament, really and truly. But then UConn being so much better than everybody, I think, like, I've been sort of bored by the men's tournament. I'll be honest. I don't know if I've really loved it.
The best part of the tournament was just getting the notifications in the first round, like this team got knocked out, and then it did go silent. Also, there weren't really any superstars. I think that's what also makes the women's tournament better. It was like Kim Mulkey, Dawn Staley, then it was Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, Angel Reese, Floje. Like, you had all these names on the men's side. It was nothing. I didn't really.
One and done has destroyed the star of college basketball.
Yeah.
And them going to the NBA has sort of destroyed that star as well. And them not, dude, I got those Duke teams had Christian Leighton and Bobby Hurley for 4 years.
Yeah, you can just follow it and wonder who's going to be the team to knock them. Yeah, now I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
We don't know going into every season. It's not
Yeah.
You know,
like, I was saying to somebody today, like after yesterday's national championship, I'm upset because I have nothing to look forward to in the WNBA. The Atlanta Dream are not good. But that's how excited I was waking up today. Like, okay, what's next? Like, when's the next game? I don't feel that way on the men's college basketball side.
Do we think that if Caitlin Clark and Iowa don't win, it's a giant disappointment? Next one?
No.
Okay.
If she doesn't get player of the year, I'll be upset. I will say that next year. Okay. I think that should be the goal.
I think if she doesn't win a title, to me, I think it's a big disappointment. Okay, so tonight is the final, the men's final.
Yeah.
UConn favored by 7.5 over San Diego State.
More.
I put out the bet? Does San Diego State cover 7.5? Do they win? Do they win one, or do they lose by less than 7.5?
They lose by more than 7.5. I think UConn beats them by minimum 10. It's the same way I felt when UConn beat Miami the other night. That's it.
It's Jay Spacely, UConn, easy money. Okay. I'm just going to, I put out the video on our Instagram. Leighton and I do a lot of our social media at Fan Controlled Sports. The amount of prop bets that I have put in for tonight is there are so many fun prop bets. It is. Okay. So I took plus 450, Sonogo, Hawkins, and Bradley to combine for 60 plus points.
Okay.
I took most outstanding player. I took Sonogo, who I think is the next Zion Williamson. The way he's built and the way he plays, I think he's got like a very Zion Williamson. Mm-hmm. I teased the total points down to 131. I think it's going to be kind of a low scoring game. I took the Matt Bradley, the first person to score in the game, plus 500. I took team to score first in the game. Here's where I took the plus 105. I took San Diego State to have the first points of the game. I don't know. I think it could be like, hey, they're going to come out. They've got nothing to lose. UConn, all the pressure's on the Huskies. I don't think the moment's too big because they're playing San Diego State. If they were playing like a Duke or North Carolina, a blue blood school, if you will, I think there might be a little more pressure. They're playing San Diego State. What is it?
I'm trying to find a comparison of what I think this game is going to look like. Just give me a minute. But I think this is going to be a grotesque game tonight.
Really?
I don't think this is going to be close.
Wow. Leighton coming in hot. Grotesque, he says, Jim. Grotesque. What's the odds on Macuga making the first basket? Oh, plus 90,000. I am so bad at basketball now. I don't know what happened. I used to be pretty decent. I play with my little nephew, my little niece. They make fun of me. He's 10. She's 12. It's brutal.
I was never good. My brothers are better than me.
All right. Let's talk some NBA. We haven't talked in a minute. Nice work, Jim. Hit that back to work one more time. I just like it. Just hit that back to work.
Okay.
Back to work. Okay. So the Lakers are above 500 for the first time all season. Mm-hmm. And the Knicks clinched a playoff spot. The Knicks.
I hate the Knicks. I hate the Knicks. I hate them. I do. Here's why I hate the Knicks. Back in 2021 season, the Hawks were doing just as good, if not better than the Knicks.
Yeah.
And everyone was talking about the Knicks and not us. Okay. So when that playoff series came and Trae Young did two great things. He told them that it was quiet as AF in there, right? And then he stood there and that was probably a peak Atlanta sports moment for us because it came against a city that everyone always gives more love than us when our teams are better. That's New York. I hate New York teams now. I don't have anything against the Yankees, but I hate the Mets. So
interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting that somebody could really hate the Mets besides their own fan base.
That's valid. I hate them though. When they come to Atlanta, I hate them.
So if the Knicks make the Eastern Conference Final, is that like the biggest shock in the last 10 years of the NBA?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Because if you ask the average fan right now, they'll tell you that they think it's going to be Celtics and Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Okay.
That means one of those teams is going to have to lose to the Knicks on the way there.
Yeah.
How does that happen?
Yeah.
So
if I'm a Knicks fan or I sometimes a New York sports fan in general, I just don't know how you I think New York people just really throw themselves into fires like so easily. They just step up and they're like, you know what? I'm gonna die on this hill that the Knicks are my team. And year in and year out, they get their hopes up and they get destroyed.
But they're still better than Cowboys fans.
That's true. That's true.
Because they wait.
That's true.
They wait for like legit moments to say, hey, we're back. Right? The Cowboys will tell you that they're back on draft night.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
That's their problem. They'll tell you they're back during OTAs. That's the Knicks, Knicks fans, Giants fans, they'll wait. They'll let you know, hey, I'm a Knicks fan. And a lot of it is just I'm from New York. Less and less about the team is just I'm from New York.
That's what I do.
Yeah, that's what I do. That's who I am. I'm from New York. I have to tell you that I'm from New York.
So. I tell you in an accent that is so clearly New York.
Oh, yeah. And there's so many of them moving to Atlanta. So then they take every chance whenever their team is in town to not only cheer loudly, but then to tell us how much they hate Atlanta, in which our common response is go back.
Yeah, why are you here?
And then they're like, rent. Rent in land. Like,
all we have is rent.
Yeah.
If the Lakers win, if the Lakers make themselves into the actual playoffs, make it to the play-in, make it into the playoffs, do they have a legitimate shot at making it out of the West?
I think they do. I think the LeBron situation is going to happen.
Is this why load management is important?
Yes. And shout out to the collective bargaining agreement. They said that the new one says that they have to play a minimum of 65 games to be considered for all NBA and for MVP.
Whoa.
They have to play at least 65 games.
I would have said 70, but I guess.
Oh, I'm pretty sure they wanted. I think the original pitch was a 70-something number.
Does it count injury? Do we know?
I didn't see those details. They just say you got to play 65.
All right, Jim. What's next?
Back to work.
Leighton, you went to this Throne tournament this weekend in Atlanta.
Yeah.
It looked incredible. Tell me, how awesome are these high school kids up close?
These are actually great kids.
Yeah.
I mean, I would. It's the way you wish the March Madness tournament looked. That's how good these. And you got to keep in mind who was in this tournament, right? Like Isaiah Collier's team. Now, he didn't play. His team lost night one because the night before he played in the McDonald's All-Star game.
Oh, right.
So had he not played in that game, then we would have gotten the number one and number two against each other, which was Isaiah Collier and DJ Wagner.
Why didn't he play?
He just played the night before. That's why. So it was load management.
In high school, Leighton?
Yes. That's probably what it was. He just played the McDonald's All-Star American game the night before, and then the next day his team, who just won the state title for the third year in a row here in Georgia, is now playing game one against DJ Wagner's team. And yeah, I mean,
do you think that he didn't play because he was tired, or because he was tired he didn't want? Like, wouldn't Isaiah Collier have played in the McDonald's All-American? He's the number 2 ranked team in the country.
No, that's what I'm saying. He did. Isaiah Collier did play,
but DJ Wagner didn't.
No, DJ Wagner did. I was saying Isaiah Collier didn't play in the Throne because literally the night before of game one he was in the All-American game.
I'm so confused.
And I'm pretty sure his camp told him don't play.
Yeah, it had to have been, right? Like,
because I think if you told Isaiah, hey, you're about to play DJ Wagner, he would have pulled up. Like, come on. Like,
right. His DJ Wagner's dad, DeJuan Wagner, if you look up his story, it's kind of tragic. He was a super highly recruited dude out of high school and college, got sick, unfortunately, and never really panned out in the NBA. Injury took that away from him, which is super sad. But his son is unreal. And I will say, Carlos Boozer's kids, number one, look exactly like Carlos Boozer.
Oh, they did.
They won, and they look 35.
Okay.
They look so mature for their age.
They're huge.
Yes.
They're huge kids, and they're not done growing. Like, standing next to them, they're not done growing.
No.
It's going to get worse. No, their team, what was interesting about them winning the national championship, the team they beat out of North Carolina going into that game had a 65-1 record over the last 2 years.
Damn.
It's crazy.
Where these AAU teams are insane too. Like the amount of talent that comes in. My good. Authentically you in the chat. Hi, Rachel. She said Fan Control is hot. Duh.
Thank you.
Josh is cool too. Thank you. And was that a wave for me, Josh? Yes, it was. That was a wave. Leighton and I are making fun of you via text a couple days ago, Rachel. And girls go on girls trips to places like El Salvador, and guys are like, "Hey, you ever been to Houston?
Right, Myrtle Beach. Come on, let's go.
I'm gonna go to Myrtle Beach. Seems cool."
Yeah, I was just talking to my guys about Mardi Gras, like that. That's what we look forward to. Like, okay, Mardi Gras, or it's like, oh, have you heard about Orange Crush in Savannah, or the cheese thing? You know, like
I didn't even know we were allowed to go to El Salvador. I didn't even know you could travel there.
I just go to the History Channel when I want to travel, or Discovery Channel.
I like that. See, that's such a dude comment. Genius. Yeah. Put it on the table. All right, Jim, what's next?
Back to work.
Ooh. Oh no, did we lose Josh? Okay, I'm here. Hey everyone. All right, so it's CaitLInsanity is next. We're gonna wait for him to come back, but this is actually a really cool topic. I'm gonna take this time to say hello, everyone. How are you all? Just gonna wave. Yeah, this is probably okay. There he is. He's
what the hell?
It was probably as shocking as last week when we thought the live was done. I was like, oh hey.
Is that it? We got
that the show?
Is that
back to work?
Right. All right. So I know you're a hockey guy, and we don't talk about hockey enough on here. My Penguins are fighting for a playoff spot. We're currently in 8th place, last wild card spot. The hardest part is we got 5 games left, 3 against playoff contenders. This could be the first time in I think 17 years that we don't make the playoffs. Like it's
how many home games in that 5?
3 out of 5.
Okay, I like those odds.
Yeah, like the odds. But the biggest story in hockey this year is that the Boston Bruins could break the all-time scoring record set by the 1970s Montreal Canadiens with 132 points. Currently, 125 points. They have 5 games left, 2 against awful teams, 3 against very good teams that I'm sure want to beat them and keep them away from this points record. Can they do it, Leighton?
Yes, I think they can.
Okay.
That's my comment. Also, I think it's amazing. They're 77 and 60. They're at the top of the Atlantic right now.
Yeah.
This would be, it's not their first time in the playoffs in a long time because they were just there last year, or was it 2021-22 season?
21-22.
Okay, but they haven't won a title since 2010.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
And, the beautiful thing about playoff hockey is that it doesn't matter where you are. When that puck drops like game 1 of the first series, everything is even. Those number 1 seeds lose all of the time.
Ooh. Yeah.
It's awesome. So if the Bruins hit the point total record and they don't win the Stanley Cup,
that's a disappointment.
It's a ginormous disappointment. But it's more likely than in any other sport. Let's be honest. When the Golden State Warriors won 73 games and they didn't win the title, that is the biggest upset in the history of sports. History of sports. I don't care who you are, because basketball is so top heavy. There are such heavy favorites that them not winning is a gigantic disappointment. In hockey, however, the playing field somehow in the playoffs gets completely level.
I think it has a lot to do with the ice. I do. I will argue with no one if they continue to say the Stanley Cup is the hardest one to win. I agree. I think it's truly the hardest, and it's just because the ice. I don't think there's home ice advantage. I just don't. I think ice is just something that you can't control. You see what I'm saying? Like in baseball, all the fields are different. The batters know, all right, if I hit it this area, this part of the outfield is lower or higher, whatever. Okay. Basketball players, they get used to, shooting on a certain rim. They understand the floor. Sure. Football, okay, it's a lot of it deals with the home crowd, right? Like this is my hometown, it's home crowd, defense, and referees too.
Okay.
But I think in hockey, I don't see how you could really control the ice or affect the ice. So I'm giving it to the ice. That makes it an even playing ice.
Even playing ice. Wow, Leighton Batiste. I've never heard this opinion before. Leaving it up to a former Atlanta Thrashers fan.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Again,
I blame the ice for losing our team.
I blame the ice for losing the team. If the Penguins make the playoffs, we probably won't make a run, and this could be the last time that you see Sidney Crosby and Evgeny Malkin on the same team together. I think we have to do something, trade something, do something, because we're just old, and I'd like to see Sid win another cup. But when a team like the Bruins is doing what they're doing, golly, it is hard to compete. Okay. Jim,
What's next?
we have the first ever Leighton April Fool's joke that
Was it-
may come true.
Yes,
Did we do it?
I think we did.
Okay.
I was watching the pickleball slam this weekend,
Yes.
and this needs to happen. Fan control pickleball needs to happen on LED courts, and I think our fans responded to the April Fool's joke like, "Hold on,
Wait a second.
this could actually work.
Because it could.
It really could."
During basketball season, on non-game days, we have fan-controlled pickleball on LED courts.
Mhm.
No age range, no women's, men's division. This is just if you
Hold
can pickleball, you can fan control.
Yeah.
Does that come right? If you can,
As a
you get it.
as a promo, I was thinking the fans should choose. I'm giving them the choice.
Okay.
They should choose for you and I to play a pickleball match with pickles.
Whoa.
Their paddles. That's
Pickles.
the promo.
It's a shame that they never made like pickle balls. You know, like you can eat the pickle, but like give me like a genetically engineered pickle ball.
Yeah, because have you seen the videos of them putting like the boxes around apples?
Yeah.
And then they grow into the shape of the box?
Yes.
Yeah, we should do the same thing
Pickles.
with cucumbers.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know cucumbers become pickle.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It's a generational talent of pickle.
Yeah.
I will say we put out that tweet with just pickles on it.
Yeah.
And I got texts from people like, hey, what's going on social media? I was like, guys, it's April 1st. Just go with it for a hot second.
Yeah,
Okay?
just
Everybody needs to calm down. Just
I thought the team names were good.
yes.
The Pickle
Yeah.
Ritz.
Yeah.
But the Real Deals, if that was a real team, that's my team, the Real Deals.
The real deal.
Yeah. I was trying to think of more, but I couldn't think of any more like pickle puns. Like
We need some more fan controlled rules for pickleball, some fan votes, different balls, different paddles, blindfolds, lower nets, higher nets, shrinking of courts, expanding of courts, getting rid of the dead zone. I mean, there's so much stuff that you can do in fan controlled pickleball. And just imagine the magic of LED lit pickleball.
and I want the color scheme to be pickle green too.
Yeah, of course.
It has to. It should be the most pickle thing. Like
Yeah.
I don't think current pickleball plays on the pickle pun enough,
Mm-hmm.
and we should. Like I was even thinking, like, does the winner get doused in pickle juice?
Yeah. Well, you take pickleback shots. You ever done picklebacks?
Is that when you throw like the hot sauce in it too?
No, you take a shot of whiskey and then you take a shot of pickle juice.
Oh, no, I've just done pickle
You
juice.
never know that you just took a shot of whiskey.
Oh, really?
Ever. Take the
It's
shot of whiskey,
stronger than-
take a little sip of pickle juice. All of a sudden, you're like, that felt amazing. And then you do like 7 pickle shots later, and then you call your ex-girlfriend. You're like, I should have never broken up.
And Josh is back with another experience, relived experience.
Never been there before.
Yep, that is
All right. We have our first guest in the history. No, we had Patrick D's week 1. We have our first segment this week coming up. Every other week, this gentleman will be here. You guys know him from the chat. Jim, hit that back to work, and then we're going to welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, you know him in the chat. He names the Fan Control Show pretty much every week. He's the master of wordplay. They called him Rudy in college, not because he went to Notre Dame, but because his favorite movie, of course, is Rudy, Leighton. Ladies and gentlemen, Freddie Airmail. Let's hear it for Freddie.
What's up, guys?
Freddie, did they call you
How am I
Rudy
coming in?
college?
No,
Pixelated,
everyone was Rudy.
Oh,
It's just all
everybody's Rudy.
Rudy's.
Got it. Yeah. I heard Rudy wasn't actually true. Like a lot of it was embellished. The story
I heard
from
he was
Joe
kind of an
Montana's book.
asshole.
Yeah.
Oh, you did? Wow.
I-
So he was
yeah, I
actually
mean,
the
you hear
Vince
a lot
Vaughn
of things.
character? He was actually the Vince Vaughn character? Wow.
A little bit closer, maybe. Yeah, a little bit closer.
Oh, so he had a chip on. Well, because he had a chip on his shoulder.
Dang.
Yeah.
Ruthless Cutie, unrelated fun fact, marshmallows neutralize heat from hot sauce. Boom. Something
Oh,
man.
Freddie could have known.
Should we have a show where people try?
I didn't know that. I learned something today.
Yeah,
Should we
sure.
have a show where people try a bunch of hot sauce with the goal to getting to the marshmallows? If that makes sense.
I don't want to do hot sauce anymore. I've done too many things where I've done hot sauce and I just can't do it anymore.
Oh, okay.
Too many old foods in
Too many old
cans that might have
foods.
killed you.
Too many hot sauces, I've ingested too many things.
Like you were the person I wanted to do it to. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we've been there. All right. Freddie, what do you got for us, buddy?
Well, today, as this segment is going to be, we're going to be talking about ideas that fan-controlled football or hoops or other possible fan-controlled sports could implement.
Got it.
And we're going to be going into depth with one of them, and we're going to be kind of doing like a couple that we're just giving up a thumbs up or thumbs down to at the end of that.
Got it.
And the one that I wanted to go a little bit in depth with, you see it on the screen, but it's something that we had in season 1 and then got rid of for last season. And I think we kind of took a step back there, which is that in season 1, each team would have their second quarterback enter the game on every third possession. And so you'd have, the starter playing the first 2, and then they'd put in the other guy. And there's a few reasons why I think maybe we should think about bringing that back.
Okay.
One of those
what
being...
do you think about... Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
One of those is that, no one's coming to FCF to be the backup at any position.
That's true.
You hear, in like high school or college or maybe the NFL that a backup quarterback is a great position to be in. But everyone's coming to FCF to play in the games and, do their best. And so this is going to help those guys get at least some of that fulfillment from what they came to do. Another thing is that it's also going to keep those guys ready and prepared in case someone goes down, because we've seen over the course of 2 seasons, we've seen plenty of guys go down, whether it's a separated shoulder or a ruptured Achilles or a dental emergency.
Or weed.
Or, self-inflicted wounds. But it just is going to keep those other guys ready to step in, and you get a good product out on the field rather than someone who hasn't played, maybe the first 4 weeks and isn't going to look so great because they haven't had that real in-game experience yet.
What do you think about the fans instead of actually like every third series, whatever? What if every other series the fans get to vote? Like, do you want to put in your next quarterback? Like, do we get to sub that in?
That actually plays into my last bullet point that I had. It introduces a layer of strategy to the fans where maybe you could say, if the team doesn't score on their first 2 possessions, maybe you say, if it wasn't the quarterback's fault, do you want to keep him in on this third possession? And maybe there's a drawback to doing that, but you let him have a chance to do that. Or you could maybe sub in the other guy early if like you score real quickly on your first possession and it looks like you're going to be in a good position in the game. There's a lot of strategy there, and there's also strategy in which 2 quarterbacks you could put on your team. Because I remember when the Wild Aces had Jackson Erdman in the first season, Dirty Dude.
Yeah,
he's not really a runner. He's more of a pocket passer guy.
You think, so, Freddie?
I remember back when we were looking at who to put in behind him. I was thinking maybe we bring in someone who can run more and strategy that the defense has to employ. Did I lose you guys?
No, you're good.
Oh no, we got you.
Did I lose you guys?
You pixelated a little bit.
I've been having internet trouble today.
Son of a internet.
The internet?
Yeah, no, I know. I need to go grab my Ethernet, but it's at the other side of the house. So
son of a bitch, Freddie. God damn it.
I know.
Get your fucking
But what do you guys think?
I love this idea. I wanted all season long that we shouldn't have just like, it's hard in FCF. We didn't have a giant pool of quarterbacks and they kept getting hurt.
Yeah.
Okay? Kelly Bryant goes down. Dalton Oliver goes down. Hell, they put in Brian Allen for the Zappers and the guy threw like 35 straight incompletions. Like it was bad. It was real bad, really bad. I love the idea of multiple QBs being available to start and fans being able to be like, hey, let's throw up a vote because we need more of that. Like, hey, let's throw up a vote. Who should get the ball most in this quarter? Like, hey, should Bryson Allen keep getting the rock or should we put in another running back? Yada, yada, yada. And the coaches can fire those votes because I think that that really adds a level of strategy. So I do like the idea of a QB carousel. For sure.
I like the idea at the end once you put in the vote because all I could think about is if you ask Glacier Boys fans about that first championship, if they would have rather keep, Francois in for the last drive, they would have said yes.
Yes.
I think the rotation actually killed their championship.
That was a hurt.
But then again, I think you look at other teams like y'all gave with the Zappers and Who else for this past season had bad quarterback? I mean, well, the Glacier Boys had
Glacier Boys, my goodness,
quarterback room.
The Glacier Boys were the one team with like a big vacuum.
Yeah. Well, they would have one good half from a quarterback and then a tragic second half, or like 3 quarters and then like an okay quarter. I mean, poor Andrew Jamil, the guy was getting balls thrown by like a drunk guy driving by with a pitching machine half the time. Like, doesn't know where the ball's going. So yeah. All right. Let's do a thumbs up, thumbs down, Freddie. What do we got?
We got for baseball, for a possible fan-controlled baseball. What if we let fans light up zones on the field on the diamond, kind of like, left, center, and it's bonus points or bonus outs for if someone makes an out there or if someone makes a hit there.
I like bonus outs. I like bonus outs. Bonus outs. Yes.
You get 2 outs if you catch the ball there.
Yes, correct. I like that. Yeah.
Also in baseball, what if you had a skip a batter power up where you just skip over a batter in the batting order?
Done. That's genius.
I think every college football fan last year would have voted to skip Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
So we didn't have those interruptions.
Give
it to me.
For
Done.
Sure, yeah.
Skip the Judge. Okay. 2 more.
What if
2 more?
In football we had limited opportunities for the quarterbacks to audible the play? Maybe if you did like 1 per half, 1 per QB in the rotation. No.
I think you could caveat that and have fans vote for 2 plays and the quarterback gets to pick one. But
or they get the top 2 that the fans voted for.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Like you could vote 1 pass, 1 run, and they can pick which one they want to do. But no, I've never liked the idea of audibles.
Yeah, that's fair. The last one I'm going to do. What if we tried to create a fan-controlled card game?
Okay.
Because I remember in my childhood, one of the many things that my parents probably spent way too much money on for me was Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Oh God!
And the booster packs.
So like a Magic the Gathering kind of a thing.
Kind of like that, where fans would make cards, kind of design the game, propose like ban lists or rules or stuff like that. Does it sound like a good idea in theory?
We would need to have set games because I would love to see fan controlled Uno.
Yeah,
but I'd get aggravated with fan controlled spades. But I would love to see like fan controlled board games. Fan controlled Monopoly would be crazy.
Yeah, like I think we're halfway, but we're teetering up. Like that way. But yes.
Now, are you saying the fans
we're getting it?
They have to create a custom card game?
I think there's 2 worlds.
Like fans submitting cards or something like that. We establish the rules first, and then they
high stakes fan controlled Uno could really work. I think. Yeah.
We could create some online lobbies for that pretty easily.
Yeah. Freddie Airmail, everybody, the legend, the Notre Dame Golden Domer, the man with the magic plan. We'll see you in 2 weeks, Freddie. Thanks for being here, buddy.
He's a legend.
Oh, what a legend. All right.
Oh, I love this topic.
Okay. So
I feel so sorry for him.
I do too. Okay. Guy jumps over the outfield fence.
Right.
To propose to his girlfriend.
Achievement number 2.
Achievement number 1 is getting onto the field.
Yeah.
Okay? Achievement number 2 is actually getting to one knee and proposing.
Right.
Now they cut the camera to the girl in the outfield.
Mm-hmm.
And she seems like very heartened. Now, here's the thing. This isn't the first time somebody has tried to jump on a field, Leighton. So we know what happens.
Yeah.
My question is, did security take it a little too far?
Yes. You only super tackle the fan when they're running.
Yeah.
Right. And they're dodging you. Like what typically happens is the fan runs on the field. They're typically taking something off. They're running around. And after breaking the ankles of like 3 or 4 security guards, then either this one guard comes in or one of the actual players themselves lays them out.
Yeah.
This guy, they had a tackling drill with this guy.
I think he had like a pretty hard concussion. Like, did you see when he was dazed. They got him good.
Yes. I mean, and And you can tell it felt like they were practicing this.
Yes.
Because dude had enough time to, in a way, get his feet set, get his head on the right side, have his arms ready for the proper wrap up. I mean, it was excessive, man.
Okay. Your dream proposal at a spot. I always threatened Amanda, my now wife, that I was going to propose to her at a Steeler game.
Ooh.
Because she's not a Steeler fan. That's not romantic to her.
But what would be very romantic is to look up and see that entire stadium and the towels going crazy. Come on.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. And I don't know how many proposals have happened at Steeler games, but it's got to be thousands. I mean, it's the most romantic team in the country. So.
All right, so dream proposal. I know what mine would be.
Okay,
good. So the Braves have this thing where it's in the outfield, and the fan has like 30 seconds to sprint to this base that's like mid right field and back.
Is it the Frozone thing?
No. This is another one. Frozone would be crazy.
Yeah.
But my dream is to do that and then run back, fake like I trip, and crawl to the finish line, and then pull out the ring.
Oh, that's pretty good. I like that.
That's mine.
Right, well, if Rachel is listening, you have some inspiration here.
Right.
I don't know go with that. I think for me, obviously like Steeler game, Pirate game, like Penguin, even like on the ice, like sliding in, just like holding.
Oh yeah.
Babe, I got you a ring, right?
Right.
I think for me is I want. Sorry, I want to like. I don't know where. I want to run onto a golf course like mid tournament.
Okay.
Right? And like Pebble Beach, somewhere on the water, right? And just as like the guy hits the ball, and I'm just like running after, and I get to one knee just as the ball lands, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, just as the ball lands, like that, people are going crazy, like, oh, he's proposing. And then everybody, you just get that nice golf applause, right? Like
that's very you.
You know what I mean? Like right there, like ball lands to my knee.
Should I go bowling and have a 12-year-old taunt me so I could say, who do you think you are? I am married. And then I just pull out the
boom. Yeah. Ooh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Should I do that?
What if you dress as like the warm-up catcher in a baseball game? And your wife's like, where'd my husband go? She's in the right behind home plate, and the team is like, you take off the mask, and boom, there you are. She's like, how'd you become a catcher? You're like, da-da-da.
Or if I dip away and I come back as a beer salesman. And I'm like, wedding rings, get your wedding rings here. And then I get to her and I'm like, wedding ring, and then take off the mustache.
Boom. Yeah. Who's this guy?
Right. Why is he selling wedding rings? I want my Coors Light. Like,
what if like I do the national anthem at a sporting event? It's like, and the hum of the brave. Marry me.
Oh, what if you're one of the army people that jumps down from the planes with the U.S. flag? Yeah. And you just happen to be the one guy that lands horribly. You crash, you roll over like Mission Impossible, and then pop up.
Yes. Wait, man, we got some really good options.
Okay. Someone said don't do it at Phoenix. I think that would be the perfect place. Freddie said to do it.
So Phoenix in golf, they have the stadium set up, and it's on the par 3. You've seen it, right? Mm-hmm. And it's insane. It's insane. I think that would be, yeah. Oh, Freddie Irma, you pose as the backup goalie and give up a goal, then pick up the puck, and it's a ring box. Oh,
perfect.
That's really good. BC Lion golf. Golf. ... Golf is the sport of the future. Okay. All right. Leighton. Scientists. Oh, Jim, hit it. Sorry.
Back to work.
Scientists have made a meatball out of woolly mammoth that they found. Obviously, that's been frozen over time, and they're scared to eat the meatball. Now, as somebody that has eaten some really old stuff and drank some really old stuff, I think if you cook it, maybe put a little olive oil, a little salt and pepper, maybe throw it into like a ragu, like a little Sunday sauce, little spaghetti meatballs, but it's woolly mammoth meatball. I think I'd eat it. What are you gonna do? I'm not gonna do hot sauce, but I don't know.
I was thinking of the different ways. Like, do you go the Subway meatball sandwich? Because that's a classic.
See,
you do that, Do you just eat marinara? Like, is it marinara sauce? Do you slice it up as your pepperoni?
Oh.
Would I eat it though?
Like, can we? I mean, I hosted a show about eating history. If it's cooked and the woolly mammoth meat has been like frozen in the tundra, it's gotta be fine.
At baby showers, the ones you go to, do they have the Swedish meatballs?
I mean, if I go to a Swedish one, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Or if the baby shower is at IKEA.
Never mind on that question. I think that you would have to ground it up in my spaghetti and tell me after you just woolly mammoth. I'm like, oh,
yeah. Okay.
And then I might think of the health concerns later, but
I mean, it's meat.
Do a cleanse.
You're fine. I think you eat it. I mean, when the rest of your life are you actually going to be able to eat a woolly mammoth meatball?
That's classic.
That's good. That's here, man. That's good.
I'll give you that one.
Okay. The Blue Beetle trailer came out. Leighton, you're a giant DC fan. Is this good?
So after the disrespect, I went on a spiral of fan reviews, and I've seen and heard nothing but positive reviews about this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fans are actually happy that they showcased that entire transformation thing, because the biggest thing for fans was, what does the costume look like?
Okay.
Because of the terrible Blue Beetle from the CW series, or CW has killed DC for a lot of fans. But overall, I think this is going to be a really good movie. I think they made the trailer a lot about him just to be like, okay, look, this is what it's going to look like. This is the suit. I think the overall story of the movie might be good. There's a fan theory that I think.
Is he related to Green Lantern? Because it looks like a blue Green Lantern. If you can imagine it, you can build it. That's the same thing as Green Lantern.
Well, yes, but everything Marvel is just a copy of DC. We'll talk about that later. Anyway, I just think that this is going to be. I think this is going to be a really good movie. The fan theory behind it is that the industry in this one, in every DC superhero movie, there's like the main, DC. There's the main like corporation that everyone's against, but it's named after the second Blue Beetle, and we don't know if that's his wife or his sister.
Is his sister America Ferrera? Is it Ugly Betty? Is that who's in that?
No. I'm saying the sister of the second Blue Beetle. Right? They don't mention. They allude to him in the Easter egg in the uniform, the costume, but they don't know if this lady is his sister or his wife, whatever. But she could be trying to get the Scarab to get the second Blue Beetle back, because he might be in another universe with Booster Gold, which, if you know the comic series, Booster Gold and Blue Beetle, they do a lot of stuff together. So,
and Booster Gold was at WrestleMania this weekend.
I don't think y'all are taking this serious enough. This is going to be a really good. This is going to be.
Right. I love that kid from Cobra Kai, because Cobra Kai is awesome, and he's great in Cobra Kai.
Yeah, he is.
This trailer, as Ruthless Cutie said, and I think I tweeted this out a little while ago. It's discount Spider-Man. Okay, it looked like Venom meets Spider-Man. Spider-Man Far From Home meets Cobra Kai meets Green Lantern. Okay, meets Miami Vice, not the good one, the Colin Farrell, Jamie Foxx one. Okay. It doesn't even look cool like Grand Theft Auto Vice City. And I got to be honest with you, like, there isn't a part of me that's like, what's scary? A beetle. Is he driving a Volkswagen?
Is Spider-Man really scary to you? Come on.
No, but Spider-Man's not intimidating at all. He's never been intimidating.
But Blue Beetle's not an well.
Isn't that the point of him?
No. I mean, he's not supposed to. The technology is what's scary, but you don't realize it until the technology is like, I'm going to kill this person. And he's like, please don't kill this person. Because that's the whole thing about Blue Beetle, is he's constantly trying to fight for control from this Scarab. So the Scarab has a mind of its own. So it's kind of like
he's Venom. It's Venom.
Oh, yes, but that's my point, is that Marvel and DC historically have always bitten off of each other's superheroes. So you're going to get repetition.
Ruthless Cutie, they put the punchline in the trailer because there's no other appeal.
Oh my gosh. All right. So when y'all watch the movie and y'all enjoy this new phase of the DC universe after Flashpoint, I would like some roses. That's all I'm asking.
I'll send you roses. I will say this. You know me. I pretty much love every movie. I just like, I'm not going to.
You don't have is there a movie that you actually hate?
No. Yes.
Okay.
I can't really think of it at the moment.
I have a movie that I hate.
I mean, like some of the really like touchy-feely ones that everybody lives for. They're like, oh, sunshine of the spotless, eternal sunshine of the spotless mind. What's that?
The Notebook? Is that what it's called?
Oh, The Notebook is beautiful. How dare you, sir?
I hate that movie. And The Fault in Our Stars, hate that movie.
Oh, Fault in Our Stars. Come on.
I hate both of them.
Oh, The Notebook is a true love story. Love Actually? Oh, come on.
No.
Jerry, it's a beetle. It's blue. Why would you watch it? Okay. All right. We only got a couple more to go here. Jim, what's next? Back to work. Finally get to talk golf, Leighton.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. First, this weekend, if we're talking about CaitLInsanity, Caitlin Clark, are you just sniffing glue?
No, it's tequila from El Salvador.
Oh, whoa. What's it called?
Tic Tac.
Is it any good? Did you try it yet?
I haven't tried it yet. Should I try it on the show? Would I get in trouble for trying it on the show?
No. What?
Okay. So this is every fan that has to listen to you talk about golf. Oh,
it's smooth.
Oh my God. It's like incredibly sweet too.
Ooh,
okay, go ahead.
Okay. All right. So if we're talking about CaitLInsanity in basketball, we should be talking about Freddie. Give me something for Rose Zhang's name. Okay. Rose Zhang is the best female amateur golfer we've seen since, Lorena Ochoa. Like she's like a once in a generation talent. She wins everything. She's been qualifying for US Opens, US Amateurs, LPGA events since she was 14, 15 years old. Now, women's golf, that's not unheard of, but how well she is playing in them is awesome. She was up 5 strokes going into the Augusta Women's National Amateur, which they just started a few years ago, and it's become the premier event, obviously, in women's amateur golf. She's won everything at Stanford. She's going to break all of Tiger Woods' golf records at Stanford. She's so good. She almost loses. She wins in a playoff, just comes in on the playoff holes, just ice in her veins, Steph Curry style, said she couldn't find her swing on the last day at Augusta National, and she said she had an aha moment and then came in and won in the playoff. Don't doubt Rose Zhang. I'm telling you right now, this girl could be what Caitlin Clark is going to do for the WNBA. Rose Zhang is going to do for the LPGA. That being said, this is the greatest week in golf going into the Masters. Leighton, you and your boys said you were going to watch the Masters. You're going to care. Are you excited?
Yes, I am. You sold it.
Okay. I'll tell you why you should be excited. Because right now there are 2 competing golf tours. We never had this before in the history of golf. Okay. There's the PGA Tour, which is, that's our Marvel Cinematic Universe. Okay. And then there's the Live Tour, which is Blue Beetle trailer.
Oh, so now we're back. So here's why Blue Beetle is going to be a good movie. Okay. It is because in the trailer they got it all out the way. Instead of making the movie about the transition of the hero, it's like, look, we're going to give it to you because there's a bigger story.
See?
You see?
Freddie Airmail said she sounds pretty amazing. Okay, well done, Freddie. Golf clap, golf clap, golf clap. Okay. The Live Tour, it's backed by Saudi money. They've paid these guys all this crazy money to go play over there. Really good names went over there. Phil Mickelson, Cam Smith, Dustin Johnson, Brooks Koepka, Patrick Reed. And these guys are all at the Masters this weekend, and they're going to play against the PGA Tour guys who they've been sort of bad-mouthing, sort of not. The PGA Tour guys have been really upset.
Oh, that really adds to the story.
And so now you've got good versus evil. Sort of. I don't know. It's just like good versus the guys that went and chased the money and they haven't been around. And now it's like, can they still play here? Because we haven't seen them play. We've seen them play in the Live Tour, but it's not like it's sort of these top tier guys that went and played in the G League to beat everybody.
Okay.
Like imagine if, let's just say, Giannis, I'll give you Giannis and Nikola Jokic, and then like all of the guys that don't start for like the the Hawks, the Knicks, the Celtics. And they all went to the G League and they started beating these guys in a different format of golf or whatever. But now for the NBA playoffs, they bring them back on a team.
Right.
And they're like, hey, they're going to play against these other guys. Okay. That's what, has Live Golf contacted Live Moods yet? They should. That is the main storyline of this weekend. It's not if Tiger Woods can compete. I'm sure he's going to play pretty well. He'll probably make the cut, but he won't win. His body just can't hold up anymore. will Scotty Scheffler repeat? Can John Rahm do something? Can Rory finally complete the Grand Slam? Those are all awesome storylines. But the biggest storyline is, can Greg Norman and Live Golf produce a winner and stick it to the PGA Tour? Or can the PGA Tour guys come out and say,
are you rooting for a Live Golf guy?
No. Absolutely not.
You want PGA to win.
I want PGA to win, but I want some Live guys to be in the mix on Sunday. You need this storyline. You need it.
Okay.
You need it. So look for it this weekend. My pick to win the Masters this weekend. He won at Riviera. I say John Rahm. I know he's a favorite. I say John Rahm. I think Max Homa's going to play really well, and I think Rory's going to be up there. I think Rory puts it on. Those are my 3 picks. But if I had to pick one right now, 3 in the vein, John Rahm.
I'm gonna do my research.
Boom, hit it. All right, you want to do a little Josh's old trivia? Jim, hit it. Back to work. Okay, here we go. Leighton, as is always, 5 trivia questions. You get 1 bonus trivia question this week. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Cheryl Swoops played college basketball at what school? I remember watching the championship game. Cheryl Swoops in 5, 4, 3, 2.
USC?
No, Texas Tech. Texas Tech.
Because she ended up going to the Houston Comets, right?
There you go. Yeah, she's Texas through and through. Okay, next trivia question. What is the Russian's name in Rocky IV?
Isn't it? It's not Dragov, is it?
Dragov? No, it's Drago. Drago. Dragov. That is more Harry Potter, but you were close.
Yeah.
You were close. Drago. I like that Jess continuously changes the Josh's old trivia. That's me with a Fu Manchu, but old. Okay. He's 0 for 2. I'll give you 0.5 for 2. All right. Carl Winslow was a police officer in Family Matters in what city?
Detroit.
No, Chicago.
I thought it was No, whoa.
Yes.
I thought Family Matters was in Detroit.
No, Family Matters in Chicago. Family Matters is a spinoff of Perfect Strangers, which is also in Chicago. Boom.
Really?
Yeah. The wife in Family Matters worked in the mailroom with cousin Larry Appleton in Perfect Strangers. Okay. This is a very difficult question.
Okay.
I always throw an MTV question in here for you late. Okay. MTV's The Grind was a show. What was the plot of the show?
The Grind?
The Grind. Yeah.
I like something stupid. What is it?
It didn't have a plot. It was just people dancing to music.
That's stupid. I know. It sounds like it would be like some kind of ESPN series.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
It was hosted by a guy that was on the first season of The Real World, and all people did was dance. They was play music, and they'd be like at the beach dancing, and they would like get up close to like guys' faces and girls like in bikinis.
Were there interviews in between songs?
Nope, nothing. Just people dancing to music.
It's a stupid show.
Okay. Your 5th and final question before your bonus question. Louis Lips was a receiver for what AFC team for all but 1 year of his career?
AFC.
Louis Lips.
Just by default, I want to say the Steelers, but I feel like it's the Steelers.
It is the Steelers. Give him the points. He played 1 season for the Saints at the end of his career.
Oh, okay.
And finally, who has a better name for a woman, for a woman's basketball player? Cheryl Swoops or Swin Cash? Both awesome names. Swin Cash from Pittsburgh. Started playing high school. She was amazing.
I like Swin Cash because you can hear Cash from 3.
It's so close to Swish Cash. Oh,
yeah.
Man. Yeah, Swin Cash is the correct answer.
All right.
And that's your old man trivia. We have gone long on this episode of Back to Work. Leighton, You crushed it as usual. Thanks for always being here with me on a Monday. Congratulations to your LSU Tigers.
Yeah, that too.
And
but watch Blue Beetle.
I was just gonna say, good luck with your Beatles.
They could have at least had a Beatles song in the movie. That would be cool. But.
Yeah, get back to something like that. We're here every single Monday, 1 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. We got to work. That graphic says 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Pacific, which is pretty impossible to be on it both times, unless we had that thing that Hermione uses when she stops and then she goes back and takes the class again. Do you remember that in that Harry Potter? I'm Josh Macuga. You can follow me at Josh Macuga. You can see right up there. That's Leighton Batiste. You can follow him at Fan Controlled Lay. Check out all of our social media channels at Fan Controlled, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, all of it. We're around tomorrow, Info Arcade. Wednesday, Don't Cause a Ruckus, and Thursday, the Fan Controlled Show. We're live 4 days a week right here on the Twitch, on YouTube. And look forward to dates coming soon for all of our Fan Controlled Sports. A lot of amazing things going on back behind the scenes as we build out our apps and everything in between. It's the Fan Controlled Sports world slowly going to be dominating from here until eternity. So thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next Monday. Until then, get back to work, and power to the fans. And Leighton, I don't know, end the broadcast. Jim, we're to hit the video.
Thank you, fans, for watching Back to Work with Leighton Batiste and Josh Macuga on the Fan Controlled Sports and Entertainment YouTube channel. If you liked this video, you can check out other videos right here. You can subscribe to the channel, tell all your friends, hit like buttons across all the videos, check out all of our shorts and live shows, and as always, power to the fans.